Woohoo! It's working!
Since many of our early subscribers found us through our Bigfoot trailer tour, I know some of you have questions about what it's like to live in this model of travel trailer. So we'll try to address those here and there among the other projects as we get better acquainted with the RV out here on our off-grid property. After we ordered an expensive, brand new RV with the intention of living in it full-time with 3 pets, we brainstormed a few precautions to prevent damage. For example, we ordered leather dinette cushions hoping the cats would find them less enticing than cloth. Back in Dallas, we also trained the cats to scratch a sisal mat by attaching it to the arm of a couch they had already ruined. Fortunately, they did take to the mat, which we brought with us into the RV. So far, this plan seems to have worked well. The trailer is not completely organized yet. Stay tuned for shoe solutions coming soon. But what I wanted to show you primarily is my geriatric dog, Dharma. So he is not always great about waiting until he goes outside to pee these days. He's at least 14 years old. And our solution temporarily has been to line the entire floor of the Bigfoot with pee pads, except in the back of the bedroom where there's a blockade that he can't get through. And along with that, our temporary cat litter solution is under the kitchen table, which is also not ideal, and stand by for an improvement on that situation in the future. So you can see what a mess these pee pads are. And they're also a little bit dangerous where they slip underneath your feet occasionally. So I ordered online some gaffer's tape, which we are going to apply to the baseboards so that if Dharma were to pee on the floor, it would not go underneath the cabinet and seep into the trailer. So that is tomorrow's project. The tape is not beautiful, but it's probably an improvement over the previous situation. As we expected, we love the wraparound windows, the walk-around bed, the nightstands, and the vertical headboard to lean on. We also utilize the underbed storage, but that is more difficult to access than we anticipated, since we put so many heavy things on top of the bed.
We have a mat here to keep condensation from forming on the bottom of the mattress. It's light though. And then we've got the mattress. And then we've got a 2-inch foam topper on top of the mattress.
One of the challenges in an RV is where to store the trash, which for the time being, we are putting it over here next to the toilet. On the other side of the toilet, we have the laundry. One of our best decisions was opting for the shower skylight, which not only brightens up the shower, but the entire bathroom. The shower itself is small, of course, but it doesn't feel tiny, and the bench over the wheel well is great for leg shaving. Honestly, the most difficult adjustment about using it has more to do with our water conservation efforts than the shower itself. When you can measure your water supply in gallons, caring for a mop of curly hair and trying to keep it presentable seems a bit frivolous. Hello, I'm standing in front of the mirror on our wardrobe, which was a pretty neat feature of this trailer. It's actually very practical for checking yourself for ticks at the end of the day. If you live in a place with Lyme disease and it's tick season, that's pretty important. But the reason I'm standing here now is to show you that I chopped off my hair, or more accurately, my mother chopped off my hair when we went to visit my mom and my sister, who also live in New England. So our water here, as you've seen, is very precious, and my ponytail was kind of like a fourth pet, and the pet that I was least attached to, so I got rid of it. And this week, we are very happy to bring you an update on our water storage and collection situation. And what have we here?
We have mostly clean tanks and clean water. I'm going to start getting the hose routed from that tank to a filter system. So I've got the water collection system off the RV canopy working really well now. We didn't get all of this from the rain yesterday, but it was probably a few inches down, and we finished filling it yesterday from the rainwater collection system. And since we had two IBC totes, we basically switched the line over to the other one, and we'll start filling that one next, so we'll have two. I'm still don't completely understand why it didn't work well putting the line, the hose across here and kind of up and down and then over into the tank. It was getting some kind of airlock or something. So to solve that, I just made the hose go directly down out of the bucket and then up the hill and directly into the tank, and it seems to be working great. So the bucket hanging thing, I've got just bungee corded up here, and I put it as tight up against the tubing here as possible so it's not all floppy. And then the bungee cord also kind of acts as a guide for the water as it comes off the edge of the canopy here. I'm now taking it down because we're going to have to pull the canopy in today. In order to make the water collection system work with the canopy, the trailer is pretty much perfectly level. So the canopy is too. When you roll it out, the edge of the canopy is fairly level. So you need one end of this canopy to be lower than the other, so all the water funnels to one side. So the canopy adjustment, in order to make it lower on this side, is accomplished by using this adjustment tab here. So you can go up and down with it. See, that's going down. And all it really takes is one notch down to make this end just slightly lower so the water flows this way. But in order to roll the canopy back in, you need to have it back in that last notch so they're even on both sides. Earlier today, I pulled out a bunch of baby raspberry plants and cleared a path from the car to our front porch area. Of course, once I put on my flip-flops, I did find a few more thorny little runners over here, so those I'm going to take out next.
What have you got there, Charles?
It's a filter for the trailer. When we put water out of the IBC totes into the trailer, we'll run it through this filter.
Woohoo! It's working!